Now, I would have somebody say, please stand for your judge.
We're floating.
Sorry.
We're what?
Alright. Lawrence is being accused of faking his death.
That's
Now-
my dad.
Now, this is a really interesting case, guys.
That's my dad.
Your Honor, case closed. His dad's standing right next to him.
That's not my dad.
Look. Alright, guys. Look, I want a nice and fair case today. Alright?
You're not my dad.
Alright, so. Alright, guys, so. Before we start, I want you guys to put your hand on the Bible.
Is that a
Please-
Bible?
Please pretend.
And socks we
Alright.
trust.
Now, do you guys tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, babe. Yes, Your Honor.
I do.
Alright, let's get started.
He's
Now,
getting married.
Kevin, you are the one that Kevin, you are the one that is presenting. Now, tell me, how did Lawrence fake his death?
Sir, it doesn't matter how he faked his death. He's standing right next to his son. That's enough evidence right there.
That doesn't prove anything. I need the evidence.
Sure, Your Honor. Here's a broken vase set. Supposedly his ashes.
Oh,
It's an urn.
it is called an urn. Now, sir, I told you to be truthful.
Sir.
He's been silenced.
Now, do you have anything else?
Yes, Your Honor. Here's an incognito costume that he'd been wearing for years, posing as somebody else.
Oh, like, do you know?
Wow.
Do you know who he posed as?
Yes.
Johnny
His
Sins.
dog.
Oh.
I mean, who's the dog?
My dog Dakota.
Dog did.
Now, do you have a picture of this dog?
I do not.
Do you
But-
even have a dog, sir?
I do.
Not
And here's
no more,
the proof.
sir.
I have a hole-ridden slipper that was once owned by my dad and is no longer. And it was chewed up by my dog. So therefore
Oh.
proving my dad is not alive and I have a dog.
Now, sir, let me ask this: is your dog a male or female?
Female.
Ah, that's very interesting, sir. Thank you.
Wait, what? Wait.
Now,
Wait a
no.
minute. Explain yourself.
now, Kevin.
Explain.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, at this point, I would ask if you want to cross-examine the witness, but we have no witnesses because we don't have any players. So
I would also like to bring out.
I'm just gonna pass it back to
Sir.
you.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He got to do two things of evidence. I only got one.
Sorry. Here.
That's what I thought.
Now, if you
You know
want,
what else there is? I got an order that was never delivered. You want to know why?
why, sir?
Because he died.
But he's saying right there next to you.
That's not
Oh,
my
so
dad.
he proved he died. Wait. Your Honor, he just proved his dad was dead. He's standing next to him, Your Honor.
Sir, I was making a joke.
This is not
I
my
need you
dad.
to be quiet.
Does he not realize what he accused me of?
Hmm?
I don't think he remembers what he accused me of.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, your
Now,
dad, I didn't
Kevin,
accuse you of anything. I
I'm gonna
accused your
pass
dad
it
of
to you.
faking his death.
Do you have any more
Yes, Your Honor.
evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a security cam footage of him coming out of the dog costume.
So you need to tell me that Lawrence put on a dog
Lawrence
costume
Roswell,
that
sir.
has glasses and a mustache.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you tell me a dog can have a mustache and glasses.
Your Honor, it was the incognito disguise. Yes, Your Honor.
So
I mean, my dog has whiskers.
what?
My dog has whiskers.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
I don't
Why
know
is
that.
that surprising?
I don't know.
Aaron, have you never seen a dog before?
I know. I didn't know they have whiskers.
They're not as big as a cat's whiskers, but they're still there.
I did not know that.
Your Honor, I think
Yeah.
this case is closed.
Now,
We're not even through all the evidence.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Now, Zach, what's next?
Oh, what's next is I have a pair of shoelaces that I bought for my dad because he always, destroyed them, and they're still brand new 3 years later.
Oh, so you telling me you bought the shoelaces 3 years ago?
Yes.
Why'd you raise your pitch?
What are you talking about?
He's become Judge Judy.
Now, Zachary, are you saying that you bought these shoelaces 3 years ago and you haven't used them?
Yes, because my boots don't have shoelaces.
Then what's the purpose of buying them?
Because they were for my dad's boots. And now he's dead, so he's not wearing them.
Very interesting,
Plain
sir.
and simple.
Very interesting. I'll come back to you on that. Now,
Want to know what's also interesting? This used tissue I found, and I took it to get DNA tested. You wonder whose DNA was on it?
what is the DNA, sir?
Kevin's.
Your Honor, this is about fake death. Why would my DNA be on
Now, Kevin, do you have any evidence to support this?
anything? Your Honor, I
Or
just
go
like to point
against
out,
it?
Your Honor, everything that he said was a hold slipper, a order that has never delivered, and brand new shoelaces, all which are items, has nothing to do with about a fake death. And the last one was a used tissue with my DNA on it. What my DNA had to do with any scene of a fake death. But yes, I do have more evidence, Your Honor. I have a sticky page book, which is his father's favorite book, but nothing was wrong with it until recently. Found jam on it.
Now,
Why? Because his father was reading it.
now, Kevin, let me ask this. What was the book's
What's the
name?
jam? Wait, what's the jam have to do with anything?
Sir?
Your father must have been eating a peanut butter and jelly
Order in the
sandwich
court.
while reading.
My dad doesn't like jelly.
Sir, order in the court. Alright. Now, Kevin, what was the name of the book?
Name of the book? Yes, Your Honor. How to Grow My Penis Without Anybody Knowing.
Have you? He's reading it right now.
Yeah. Now,
Yes, Your
sir.
Honor. It's also my favorite book.
Now, let me ask this, Kevin. Who wrote the book?
My Loris.
My Lawrence. Are you
Your Honor,
saying?
let me summarize
So
what
are you
we've been through
saying
so
that
far.
he's an author?
Yes, Your Honor. Let me summarize everything that happened so far. So my evidence so far was a broken vase. Yes, it was an urn. I called it a vase, which had his supposed ashes in it, right? My second was an incognito costume, which was his dog, Dakota. How do I know that? Security cam footage of him crawling out of it. And a sticky page book, which had no stickiness on it. Up until recently, peanut butter and jelly. What was that? His dad reading his book and got it sticky. Why is there an X on it?
Oh,
Anyways,
I could cross out the evidence.
yes, and his evidence was a hold-ridden slipper. What does it do with fake death? Who knows? A order never delivered. Nothing to do with fake death. Amazon's just ass. Brand new shoelaces. Everybody has shoelaces hanging around, sir. And used tissue with my DNA, which has nothing to do with the case at all.
That is true. That has nothing to do
And
with the case.
And
Now.
to sum up this, his father standing next to him.
Now,
My dad's blonde.
alright, now, I'm gonna pass it back to you, Zachary. Now, I want you to once again go over the tissue, the used tissue. Now, what was it for?
I'm not sure. All I know is it had his DNA on it. And I found an old computer. And guess whose computer it was?
Whose, son?
It was Kevin's. I believe that he had planted the sticky page book because he mentioned before that it was also his favorite book. And my father never liked jelly. So therefore,
Now,
there's a high probability that the book was planted by him. The security camera footage was doctored to make it seem like he was climbing in and out of a dog costume. Because unfortunately, the incognito costume that they speak of does not exist because I did not get my dog until after my dad died.
Now, now, Zach, can you prove this?
Yes.
Now, so what is this evidence? I know you can't play it more, but I don't know.
I would like to call the homeless man.
On, I got you. On. Now, this is the homeless guy that you called the witness for. Now, why did you call him up?
How do I question them?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. I don't know.
You know what? Send him back. Send him back. But my father never liked jam or jelly.
And Jen,
I didn't get my dog until after my father had passed away. Kevin had mentioned that his favorite book was the book Found. So I believe the Sticky Page book was planted, the security camera footage was doctored, and the broken vase was a ploy to try and get you to understand his twisted narrative. When in reality, I found an old computer and a wrinkled up tissue that had his DNA on it, proving that he was at the scene of my house in order to plant the evidence.
Alright. Alright, is that all?
I rest my case.
Alright. Now, Kevin, what is the last piece of evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. Before I say my last piece of evidence, I'd just like to note, he said he didn't get his dog until after his dad died.
Yes.
But it would make sense for him to get the dog after his dad died, because his dad disappears. A dog comes in the picture. Why? Because he's in the incognito, in that word, suit. My last piece of evidence. A train stopped mid-track. Has nothing to do with his dad. I just wanted to point out, on my way to the court today, there was a train stopped in the middle of the track.
I bet it was delivering all of his evidence.
Yeah. Now. Alright.
I rest my case.
Alright, so we have all the evidences. Now it's time for I forget what it's called in court, where it's like the final, like where like they give like the final speeches.
It's
I
called
already
a
gave
jib.
mine.
What is it called?
And it's called a jib.
It's called it.
What?
That's the way it's called that.
I made that up.
Now I'm gonna ask each of you guys to give a little speech about everything that went over. At the end, I'm gonna place a verdict. All right. Now.
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, yes, sir!
Now, Zach, I'm gonna start with you.
I already gave mine.
Kevin, I'm
I
going.
gave mine too. I went over literally everything.
Get with the program, man.
Alright, we have repeatedly made a verdict. Now, in the case of Lawrence being accused of faking his death, I find the defendant not guilty.
He's
Oh,
standing next to his son!
That's not my dad.
He's in a suit. You can't see it for his own protection. Your Honor, whatever he comes up with is complete bullshit, Your Honor. My client is not guilty. I could prove it.
Oh, why off the bat? Even though you don't know what he's been accused of?
Yes, sir. How do I know he's not guilty? I'm his witness. Stop! Stop!
Ha, peace and quiet. Alright, we have Zylinder is accused of failing to bring the sexy back. Now, this is a serious case, guys. Now,
Your Honor,
once
I
again,
just like
guys.
to point out, I'm right here.
And where's
So
the
who's
sexy?
this guy?
Nowhere to be seen.
Now,
Who's this guy?
Now, guys. Alright, guys. Now, at the very beginning, once the end, I'm gonna ask you guys, put your hand on the Bible. Do you guys tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir, yes, sir.
I
Zach?
do, sweetie.
Alright.
Yes, baby.
Alright,
boy.
guys. Let's get this case started, alright? Alright, so, we have Zachary that is accusing Zilda of failing to bring the sexy back. Now, Zach, how do you present this case?
He has
I
no
found
evidence.
no. I found an old computer, and you want to know what's on the computer?
What was on the computer?
Song. The song "Bringing Sexy Back," and you want to know what Kevin hasn't done? Brought it back.
Now,
He
let me
is
ask this.
painting
Who
a
sang this
picture
song?
that does not exist.
Who sang this song?
I can tell you exactly who sang that song.
He's currently looking it
And
up, Your Honor.
the person who
He's away
sang
from
that
his mic,
song
Your Honor.
was
Now.
the person who sang that song
Your Honor,
was
he's
Now,
Justin
Zach,
Timberlake in 2006.
So I didn't tell you the exact year, so therefore you looked it up. And I told you.
I just know that song so well, as would Kevin, because he is obsessed with bringing it back, and yet has failed to do so on so many occasions.
Now, sir, I only told you to tell me who sings the song. I didn't tell me what year it came out. So that tells me you looked it up, alright?
Did you see me pull out my phone? No.
Well, I see sticks on your hands, on your whiz.
Your Honor,
He
he's
has
suicidal.
sticks on
He's
his
trying
wrist.
to cut his wrist.
Alright, so, now Kevin, how do you respond to that?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd just like to point out, I don't own a computer, Your Honor. I own a gaming console, all right? So there's no way he would have found that song on a computer.
Now, so let me ask this. What is the gaming console?
The gaming console is a Nintendo Switch, Your Honor.
A Nintendo Switch, eh?
Yes, Your Honor. And I have more evidence. This entire time I haven't.
Wait your
Your
turn.
Honor, I have more evidence.
Wait
This
your
entire
turn.
time I have
Wait
been
your
trying.
turn.
Order in the court!
Your Honor. You know what, Your Honor? Go ahead.
Alright. So then, are you passing it on back?
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright. Now, Zach, what is the next piece of evidence?
He claims to not have a computer, but a Nintendo Switch. Then why is it that not only on that old computer and his Switch was Sexy Back in his search history on both items?
Now, can you prove this?
Yes, just look at his computer.
Now,
Your Honor, that's not my computer, Your Honor. I don't own one. I own a console.
Okay, why was it in the search history?
Alright, guys.
I don't know.
It's
It's not mine.
I would like to bring in somebody to bring in this computer. This supposed computer.
All right, Kevin, that's you.
I can't bring it in, Your Honor. I don't have it. I have a console.
Now this is the computer because we can't do that.
It's a chip.
Why are you asking for evidence we can't provide?
If you guys can't provide it, then I'm gonna cancel it out.
You already brought it up.
It makes no sense.
Alright,
Well,
now.
Hey, before you cross that out, you gotta cross out the gaming console because he can't bring that in either.
That is true. That is true, sir. Now, I'm gonna pass it back to Kevin now.
Your Honor, I'd just like to point out, even though I was accused of this computer and this, search history, I have been trying to get Sexy back this whole time, to be honest. Though I had nothing to do with this computer search history. So much that I've been sleeping on the street trying to find Sexy back.
Oh.
Here's my sleeping bag.
So you telling me that you're now homeless?
No, sir, I'm not homeless.
Now,
I
let me
just been
tell
on
you,
a
let me ask
long
this.
adventure.
Are you homeless, sir?
No, sir. I just said, Your Honor, I've been on a long journey, not
Now,
close to
sir,
home,
let me
so
ask
I
this. How much money do you make?
Sir, I actually had to quit my job to find Sexy back.
Let's see, how long
To
ago
bring- to bring Sexy back.
how long ago did you quit your job?
4 months ago, sir. Your
Now,
Honor.
I object.
now, hold up. You telling me that you live in a house with no job for 4 months?
Your Honor, I don't own a house. All I own is
So
my
you tell me
sleeping
you're
bag.
homeless?
Yes,
I
Your Honor,
object.
I am homeless.
Oh, so now you tell me you're homeless? Even though I
Yes, Your
asked
Honor.
you before
I went,
that if you were homeless,
Your
and you
Honor.
said no.
Your Honor, I
I
forgot
object.
they had took my house away.
Now,
I forgot I was evicted,
I
Your Honor.
object.
now, yes,
I object.
yes.
Where's the sleeping bag? I want proof.
Now,
Look,
now.
wait, pause. Look at the cards. Some of the cards say object, which means it is the object.
Well, then in that case, we need to uncross my search history because it says object.
Same with.
Now,
All's fair in love and war.
now, Zelda, can you bring this sleeping bag?
Yes, Your Honor. I just.
Look, even
I
though
didn't
you
see
said
it.
you were homeless.
It was the card. It's an object. Bro, you guys are.
Now,
He's the judge here, not me.
Zach, do you have anything else?
I do. He, Kevin, has a bank account full of money,
Oh God.
yet he claims to be homeless. And according to the bank officials, the money stems from a GoFundMe that is for bringing Sexy back. And it was made 5 years ago. And yet he still has not provided, but he's kept every penny.
Now, Zelda, how do you have any evidence about this?
Yes, Your Honor. That's not mine. I actually tried winning money recently, but I lost the rest of my money with this losing lottery ticket. Trying
Now-
to find trying to bring Sexy back.
Now, let me ask this. How much money did you spend on the lottery ticket?
Your Honor, I spent my last $35 on 4 lottery tickets.
You had $35. That is considered
Yes,
a
Your
lot.
Honor. No, Your Honor.
So
Then
you
why do you have
telling
a bank
me?
account full of money?
Your Honor, I lost that. I don't have access to that because I have not been paying my taxes.
That's for a different time.
Oh. Now, Zelda, I'm gonna be calling you in here soon for something else.
Yes, Your Honor. Completely understand. I have more evidence, though, Your Honor. My only clothing is this stained apron. I wear nothing else. Looking
You're
for
a
to bring
sock,
Sexy
and
back.
you're currently wearing a tie.
Your Honor,
that-
I rent.
that's
Your
not an
Honor, I
apron.
found this in the trash. This just before I came in today.
I mean, I can actually believe that, sir. I see ketchup on your neck.
Yes, Your Honor. I
That's
have.
not ketchup. You don't want to know what it is.
I have
He's a
one
different
more
kind of
piece of
sock.
evidence, Your Honor.
Now,
But I'll save that for the end.
you're gonna say it for the end. All right.
Yes,
now,
Your Honor.
Zach, back to you.
Now, I did some digging, and I found out that immediately after he launched his GoFundMe, there was a power outage.
What does that have
Due
to do
to
with
the-
anything?
Huge influx of donations for him to bring Sexy back. And yet he's failed us on so many occasions.
All right. All right, Zach. Hey, is there anything else?
I also found a chipped mug.
Now, so what is with this chipmunk?
He said he owns nothing, yet he owns that chipped mug. He's been lying to us.
Your
the whole
Honor, that
time.
was found out the trash, Your Honor.
So you tell me you found that in the trash?
Your Honor, yes, I drink sewer
Now,
water out of it.
Zelda, I'm gonna pass it back to you. Now,
Yes, Your Honor.
answer
My
this.
last piece.
Let me ask this. Where did you get your sleeping bag from?
Your Honor, that was before I went homeless, Your Honor.
So you tell me you knew in advance you're gonna be homeless.
No, Your Honor. I took that with me on my quest to find it because I wouldn't have the money for hotels all the time, Your Honor.
That makes sense. Continue.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Weldmeister brought up a power outage. That was due to a massive black cloud. What was that? A storm caused a power outage. And my last piece of evidence is I did bring Sexy back. He is right here. Welcome, Sexy.
That is true. Now, I'm gonna pass it back to Zach. Now, Zach, do you have any foul statements? Zach.
Your Honor, he's speechless because I brought Sexy back.
Alright, so, since Weldmeister isn't talking, I'm gonna pass it back to Kevin for foul statements.
Yes, Your Honor. I think this case is closed. Lock him up.
I'm just completely speechless.
Now,
But yeah, I agree with him. Lock him up.
Wait, no, Your Honor.
in the case of Zelda failing to bring Sexy back, I find Kevin guilty.
What? Why? He's standing next to me.
You didn't
Guilty.
bring Sexy back.
He's next to me.
Could have been so good.
Your Honor, I'd just like to point out I'm horny as fuck.
State your case.
Now, Your Honor, if we remember in the previous case, I was here in the stands, and we heard the attorney over here saying something about not paying taxes, and I'm charging him today for it. Now, my first piece of evidence, right off the bat, brand new shoelaces. I did ask the IRS about that, and they told me he did not pay taxes for them.
You didn't even pay sales tax?
No, he did not, Your Honor.
What a piece of garbage.
I know, right?
Your Honor,
Kevin, how do you plan to defend yourself?
This is bullshit. Yeah. Wait a second. This is bullshit. Oh wait, it's not even my turn. Okay. Alright, Your Honor. I'll prove how much I'm telling the truth that I tore out my comic books for you.
Is that them all over the floor?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, what does that have to do with you not paying taxes?
Your Honor, my comic books means everything to me, and just to prove that I'm telling the truth that I did not commit tax fraud, I tore them up to show you my honor. And
Did they mean everything to you because you bought them with tax fraudulent money?
no, Your Honor, they were all dollar comics.
Then clearly, you tearing them up meant nothing to you.
Your Honor, they meant that much because I don't have money.
Because you owe the IRS so much. Aaron,
Your Honor.
what's your next piece
This
of
may be
evidence?
slightly illegal, but I kind of went through his such history.
That's an invasion of privacy.
Now, I had reason to doubt, because if you remember, I multitask as a cop. Yes, Your Honor? Yes, you are.
How do you multitask as a cop and a lawyer?
I get no sleep. I'm gonna be straight up honest. But I heard wind about Zelda not paying.
Your Honor,
If he-
he's fat. He can't be a police officer.
I also heard wind,
Now,
but nonetheless,
oh,
Kevin, how do you plan to defend yourself?
I don't have money that
Objection!
I only have. I didn't even say anything. Oh fuck. A damaged whistle.
What does that have to do with not paying taxes?
Your Honor, you'll find out at the end of this.
No, I won't. I would like to find out now.
Your Honor, you'll find out.
I would like to find out now.
Your Honor, you'll find
Now.
You'll find out, Your Honor. All right, Your Honor, I'll keep on going with my evidence.
Aaron, state your next piece of evidence.
now, Your Honor, for my third piece of evidence, I would like to present Zelda's diary. I found it on. It fell out of his pocket. I was gonna return it, but it was open.
How did my diary fit in my pocket? How big are my pockets?
It's a very tiny diary.
It was actually like one of those like tiny diaries, like one of those like tiny notebooks, like it's kind of like that size. But anyway, it fell out of his pocket when I was behind him one day, and so, and the page I was open to, I took a glance at it, and it said the word evasion. Yes. I couldn't see the first part of it because then Zelda like realized that it fell out of his pocket and he picked it up. But the only thing I saw was the word invasion, Your Honor.
Now, that is interesting. But you want to know what's also interesting?
Yes, Your Honor.
You followed him into a store where he bought brand new shoelaces.
I didn't follow.
You went through his search history.
I had a warrant.
And you also went through his diary.
I didn't read it. It fell out of
I
his
have
pocket.
reason to believe you're stalking this man.
Your Honor, I did not read it. Like, I didn't read the one word.
I have reason to believe you even know where he lives.
I do not, Your Honor.
You do.
I do.
Wait.
Exactly what I mean. Kevin, how do you plan to defend yourself?
Rusty scissors.
Are you planning to stab him? Is that what it is?
No, Your Honor, you'll find out at the end.
What?
I'm a little worried.
Now,
Aaron, what's your next piece of
Your Honor?
evidence?
I would like to bring a witness up. I would like to bring up the boss. Yep, him. Now,
I'm the boss.
now, this is Zelda's old boss. Look at him. You can tell why it's bad.
Cylinder was a piece of shit for working for me.
Exactly. Now, Zelda's boss. How was Zelda at work?
Oh, he'd never show up.
Is that true?
Yes.
Is it because he was too busy avoiding taxes?
Now, do you have any
No.
Let me ask this. Now, boss. Did you see Zelda do anything suspicious when you were at work?
No, he was just very lazy.
That is very interesting. That's all I have for him, Your Honor. Now, look, another thing I found, a water gun. It's just nothing to do with it. It's just fun.
Bro.
Actually, No, it's not.
Your Honor, he's making shit up on the spot now.
How do you plan to defend yourself?
A rusty key, Your Honor.
What is with you and rusty stuff?
You'll find out at the end.
No, I want to know now.
Your Honor,
I want to know now.
you'll find it. We're really close, Your Honor. Alright, Your Honor, I'll continue with my evidence, Your Honor.
Tell me the reason behind the rusty key.
Your Honor, you'll find out after his last evidence.
Tell me about the rusty key.
Your Honor, out of
Plead your names.
Now, Honor. For my last case, it's a little bell. Now, I believe Zelda bought this on the deep web. Why? It's haunted. And we all know that in the deep web, they're known for, you know, a lot of stuff, but one of the things they're known for is actually tax evasion.
You said haunted.
Yes, it is believed it rings at night by itself. And I believe Zelda bought it on the deep web. And on the, it's like I said, like on the deep web, obviously, very dangerous place. Murderers, rapists, etc. And
How do you know this?
Well, I've been there.
So you mean to tell me you followed him into a store
I didn't follow him to his
to
store.
watch him buy brand new shoelaces?
I did not
You
buy.
went through his search history. You went through his diary. You bought him a water gun because who knows why.
I didn't buy him a water gun.
And he
sir.
bought a little bell off the dark web.
Yo, no, I didn't buy him the water gun. You.
I believe you're stalking him. How do you plan to defend yourself?
Your Honor, my last piece of evidence is a lonely puzzle piece, which is the only piece I own. Now, let me tell you what all of my evidence means now. Notice the theme: torn comic books, damaged whistle, rusty scissors, rusty key, lonely puzzle piece. I'm poor, I'm broke, I can't afford any, let alone tax fraud. I don't have that type of money. This is like half my belongings.
You do realize that tax fraud is not paying your taxes.
Yes, Your Honor, which means I would have the money.
Yeah, but not paying taxes would just mean you have the money.
Not paying them, which means I would have them. Exactly.
So
But I don't have the money, which means I'm not evading my taxes because I
it
don't have
just
the
means
money
you're
to evade.
unemployed.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is.
As my last boss said, I was fired.
So we gotta know the fact that Zelda voiced the boss.
What's your final statement, Aaron?
Now, Your Honor. Now, right off the back, I want to reiterate. I'm accusing him of tax evasion. Look, I may have done all those heinous things, of which I could stand and walk around. But, Your Honor, I did not follow him into the store. I saw him, I saw the diary drop out of his pocket. I did not read it. The only one I saw was invasion. I did not buy him the water gun. The only thing I'll say is I did go through such history. Because I had a warrant, and I believed that he was doing tax evasion. So I asked the courthouse for a warrant. And whether or not,
Your Honor,
they give it to me.
Your Honor, this so-claimed diary was a sticky note with the word evasion, but what he failed to leave out was there was a photo of an alien on there. I have reasons to believe there's going to be an alien evasion here soon.
Evasion?
Yes, he's dyslexic and read the word wrong.
Okay, so, Aaron, one issue. You said you went to a courthouse to get the warrant?
Yes.
Who signs off on the warrant?
It'd be the judge, Your Honor. It wasn't you, Your Honor. It was a different judge.
Do you see any other judges in here? I
not-
don't.
Technically not, because you're the only one, Your Honor. And that's how,
Oh, I'm the only judge?
I mean, currently right now, because, you know, you're presenting this case. So,
I'm the only judge.
I mean, in this room right now, yeah. There were other judges in this building.
You illegally obtained evidence and stalked him.
I did not, Your Honor.
Kevin, closing statement.
Sorry, that's sucking
I'm just
off.
gonna make you guilty just for that.
Wait.
Do you wish to reword your statement?
Yes. I'll do it backwards. I took
I'm
it back.
going
I
to
took it back.
dismiss the fact you illegally obtained evidence and stalked him.
I
Wait.
did not,
Simply
Your
because
Honor.
of that, I find you guilty.
Yeah!
Breathing underwater. Can't let you go now. Making it so hard. You got to know now. Ooh.